Yeah, hi, good morning all. Can you hear me? Can you hear me right?
Yes.
Fine. So today I'm going to be explain that. So the roles of a manual tester in any company, what are the duties we are doing it? 1 second. Fine. So see here. So from the day one onwards, how the process will be happen in the companies. Once you got selected for any company, I'll explain it. So try to focus on. See, your interview got scheduled today. You got completed 2 rounds of 3 rounds. Now you received the offer letter. Your joining will be on 9th January. So this is your joining date. So like Infosys. So what is the first day activities here in the company? We need to focus on it. So what exactly we are going to be performed here? So the first day, the HR will make a call to you and he will collect the details. Then he will inform that your project manager details, or you can ask that. So I am assigning to which project or to whom I need to contact, like that. You have to give that. So your project manager details, they are giving the phone numbers or the mail address. So this is what you are going to be happen for the first day. So whenever you join to this Infosys, now they are sharing your details this to the project manager. Now the project manager will provide or make a call to you and he will provide this, the project details, project information. So you are assigned to so and so project. So some X project you are assigned. So your team manager or the team lead will connect with you like that. Sometimes, right, what happened, you are selected to Infosys, right, and now you are on bench. So again, they will give to their third party persons. So here again, they're going to be conducting the interviews. So from once you join to Infosys, from there onwards, if you want to assign to any project, so this project people are going to be attending or conducting the interview. So you have to attend that interview, you need to track it, then they're going to be selecting it. So it's a different, depends on the company. So now the team manager and the team lead will make a call to you and he will ask the details, and he will schedule one introduction meeting with the team members, like testing members, like that. Okay. So after that, you have to raise the request for the laptop, all these things. So meanwhile, you need to request this, raise the request for the laptop. So, because nowadays we are working from home, right? For the reason you need to raise the request for the laptop like that. If it is office, right, directly they're assigning a system like that. So it will take like 15 days. So max to get the laptop. See, you joined on 9th. It's almost all. So in this week, like 23rd or 25th. So any date you will get it. So here, now once you are receiving the laptop, and then you need to raise the request for this, the credentials to access their servers and missions and everything. Okay, then meanwhile, they are scheduling this, the KT sessions. So they're giving the KT on the project, and they will share the test plan document. So this is what happened in any company. So they are going to be giving this. So while they are giving the KT will be conducted like half an hour or 1 hour. It depends on their availability. So your colleague or the team member, the tester will give the KT or the TL will give the KTs. So your duty is try to understand that by go through this. You can record those sessions as well. And they will ask the reverse KT as well. So see, while they are giving the KT, so we are understanding the project, right? So then you have to give the reverse KT. They are asked the reverse KT to the team members like that. So this will be take around 20 days time to settle with the company. So this is what happening it. So after that, then they will start developing the project. So your project yet to be start developing it. So we have to focus on the development. See, nowadays the development will be happen with the help of this agile methodology. So this is the one of the development approach. So we discuss it, right, the SDLC process. So for developing that, here we are going to be moving on it. So in agile development process, how the development is going to be happen means, see the project duration, I'll explain this in detail in the coming classes. So there is a project duration will be like 2 years. This entire duration will be divided into sprints. This 2 years time will be divided into some sprints. Very important one. No one can explain this information. Let's try to understand it. So this will be called it as like sprints or iterations. We have to check this one. So each sprint duration will be like 15 days. So within these 15 days, they are decided to develop 40 requirements. This will be called it as like the user stories. So in olden days, we will call it as requirements. Nowadays, it is going to be called it as like user stories. So like 40 functionalities to be developed, decided. So how these 40 functionalities are divided? So based on the team size. So we have a team like in Agile. What is the advantage of this Agile will be like the developers and the testers will work together parallelly. In Agile, we don't have any separate designations and separate teams. So there is no seniors, juniors like that. So here you have 10 years of experience. I have 1 year of experience. So even with our team manager having this 15 years, 14 years experience, we simply call with the name only. So we are not considering any designation here. So no need to respect any person. So respect in the sense, don't call like sir, madam like that. So we are not going to be calling even the BAs or the clients, anyone, we will call with the name itself. Okay. So they are not focusing on the designations, they are focusing on the work we have to complete it. So here, that is a reason. So based on the team size, they decided that how many requirements need to be developed within the 15 days time. So within this 16 days time period, how many requirements we need to develop it, that decided by based on the team size. Okay, not based on the testing size. Okay, this will be entire team, the development team, so database team, whoever is involved with the project. So based on that, they decided. So here the sprint will be like 15 days. For example, the sprint will be starting on the 30th of Jan. So we'll have the starting date and the ending date will be there. So 3 weeks of time. So it will be ending on 17th February. Now, so this is the sprint duration. So it may be 2 to 4 weeks, depends on the company. They will pick that one. So they decided that one. Okay. So 10 days a sprint or 15 days a sprint. So in my company, we are following like 15 days for the sprint duration. Within this sprint, 15 days, we need to develop and we need to complete the testing as well. That is a process. Up to here, it is clear, right? So any confusion from anyone? So you can ask any queries, okay, if you are having it. No queries?
No.
Fine. Now, so how you are come to know you are assigned to this project? I already said that. Definitely, they will call you and you will get a mail. And how you will come to know I am going to be assigned to a particular work? That is the main thing here. So now we need to focus on that part as well. So here, someone is writing something. So we already discussed about this. The sprint duration will be like the sprint 1, Now assume it today the sprint will be starting. So I already given the dates, but so this is the Monday, for example. The sprint is going to be started. The first day of the sprint is having the sprint planning meeting. So in this sprint planning meeting, the business analyst person will drive the meeting and he will explain each and every the requirement related description and the design link will be there. For every requirement, there will be a description. So with the help of those only, we are understanding it. Okay, so there will be a design link. So for example, for the Flipkart, there is a card functionality. There is a login. So the business analyst person, all people are involved in this meeting, sprint planning meeting. So they are going to be explaining one by one information and here. So after that, we have to check this one. Okay. So please rejoin the session. So who are not audible, you can rejoin it. So whoever is not audible, you can rejoin it. So now this is about that. The Monday, they're going to be explaining it. So after that, then Tuesday. So Tuesday will be like this. The team manager, the team lead will divide this, the 40 user stories to the team members. Divide to the team members in the sense we are working like a 5 testers in a team. So now they are assigning this, each tester having like 8 user stories. So how they are assigning all these activities, where they are going to be provided. Okay. So based on a tool called the Jira tool. So for the testers, for manual testing, they're using a tool. In the tool, they're doing all these activities with the help of this tool. In this, for example, I'm the tester. Now see how they are assigning this. There is a login and there is one more thing like card. All these are like the requirements. For every requirement, we will have this, the developer task and the tester task. So developer lead will create the developer task. What is the duties of the developer? Basically, developer need to review it and they need to perform this unit testing, the integration testing, like they need to develop the application. So while developing it, they need to follow it. We'll discuss about these concepts. Finally, I already said that they're converting into this executable file and they're giving for the testers. So these are the developer tasks. And now we are focusing on this, the tester's task. The first task of the tester is we need to analyze this, the requirements. They created a task by the TL and assigned to a name. So particular name. Whenever they are giving this name, immediately we are getting an email to your Outlook. Okay, you are assigned to so and so task like that. So you have to go to that mail and you have to open it and you can check that one. Then immediately you are redirecting to the Jira tool. Okay. I answered something you're writing on this. Don't do anything. So now here we have to focus on it. 1 minute. So whenever you are assigned to a task, you'll get immediately an email. So our day-to-day life, whenever you are connected to office, you have to check your email and you have to check your Teams group for the communication purpose. Here we are using this, the MS Teams. So there will, for calls and the meetings, we are using that Microsoft Teams app. You have to check it. Now, if you're checking a mail, you will assign to this task. Now we have to click on that and it will redirect to this, the login one. Now, our duty is as a tester, the first duty is we need to analyze the requirements of the user stories. So that is the first role of a manual tester in any company. So as a tester, we have to go through this and we have to analyze it. So this is about that, the first role of a tester. So here, why we need to analyze it? So what is the reason for that one? So why we need to analyze it? So as a tester, right, to test any functionality, we should know that the complete information about the functionality. Then only we can perform testing. You don't know how to test it, what need to be tested for the cart or login, how you will test it. That is the reason they are providing this, the login related information. So before testing it, so you have to do that. Okay, you have to explore it, you have to analyze it. Okay, this is a way the login is going to be working. So while we are testing it, we have to test these many things in the login. Like that, we have to analyze it before going to be testing it. So that is a reason, right? So whenever I'm asking you to test this card, so how you will test it? You don't know anything on the card. So now for that reason, just go to this, the card related description, you will get it. And same thing, they will give the design link as well. So already explained this, the STLC flow, right? First, they're gathering the requirements, they planned it, design and coding. The developers will develop based on the design. So here for every user story, they will give the description and the design link. The design link like a blueprint of the particular user story, how the code will be looks like, how it will be working. They are included in the user story. Okay. So based on this, the developer will develop that. So the design link, right, high level design, I already explained it. So they're giving this design like that. Developer will follow same like that and they will develop and they will convert it into this. After once they developed it, they will also test it. That will be calling it as unit testing. Then after this, integration testing. So combining this, like all the functionalities are merging into this one place and they are giving the URL for testers. So this is what they are doing it. So then only we are going to be access that URL and you will test this. I am just like a Flipkart. We just open the URL And now we are testing the card, how the card is working. Just before that, we're searching for the product and simply we have to click on the card like that. And we will verify this. So the mobile is added to the cart or not. See, I'm getting one notification and it is added to the cart like that. So this is working or not. Once we are added, we're able to delete it or replace it or remove it. So these are properly working or not. We have to validate it. Suppose if you want to go for multiple products, then we are able to select it and we can give this one or not. See, I need to increase this. So I have to go for 2, 3. So this will be working or not. So I need to reduce this to 1 or I completely want to remove it. So all these are properly working or not. See this, I don't want to remove it. I'm just clicking on cancel. So see, these options are properly working or not. We are going to be validated. So these many options are there or not. How we will come to know? They will provide in the user story. So the complete information about the card, they are giving it. Okay. So based on this, we are going to be performing the testing. So that is the reason as a tester, the first duty of the tester is we have to go through this and we need to analyze it. Clear? Anyone of you having any questions? This is how the work is going to be assigned to a tester in any company. Same like that only, we're getting it. The roles of a manual tester. So here we have to focus on it. The first role is analyze the requirements. Next, after that, so we have to perform this ad hoc testing. What is mean by ad hoc testing? The ad hoc testing is nothing but a random testing. So without following the rules and regulations here, we are going to be performing the testing. So whether, so like in high level manner. So for example, if you want to purchase a mobile, we will went for a shop. Now while purchasing it, we are testing that mobile completely. So it is not possible. We are testing the main features only like camera, sound, so the RAM and the storage ROM like this. So only we are testing the main features. The intention is there any defects are there or not? We need to find out at early stage. Okay, so as soon as possible, we need to perform that. So before doing this ad hoc testing, when we are doing the ad hoc testing in the sense, whenever they are giving for the testing, so we need to do it. So here now we have to focus on that. The first task they are analyzing it. The second task is here. We have to go for this, the test design. Okay, now moving on to this, the third one, okay, formal testing. So the formal testing is nothing but by following the proper procedures and documentation. Here we are going to be performing the testing. So what are the documentation or the procedures we need to follow it? So we have to understand that. So now focusing on this. So what are the documentation we're following it, like the test scenarios and the test cases. So basically what is meant by a scenario? The scenario will explain what are the functionalities to be tested in any application, what to test it. In simple words, we can define it. For example, in this mobile, we're testing this camera, testing this sound, RAM, ROM, each one will be comes under one scenario. So let us consider that the known example by everyone. So you know about this, the classroom. Classroom will be treated as one project. So what exactly the classroom consists of? What it will be contained, the classroom? Basically, I need the answers from you people. See, I know everything. I don't want to go with the blindly. Okay. So what are the things are there in the classroom?
Teacher,
Yes, fine. Only teacher.
blackboard, students,
Yes,
blackboard, chalk piece,
yeah,
books.
fine. See, thank you for get that. So here we'll have this, the chairs, fan. Yes, you said that the blackboard,
Table,
tables, the projector, the
mm,
monitor, CPU, like chalk piece, duster, all these things. So what we are thinking it now, coming to the scenario will explain us like first what to test in the project, you have to identify it. Now we are identifying this. The shades, we need to test it whether these shades are properly working or not. So we have to test this. The fan is properly working or not. So we have to check that the blackboard is properly working or not. So we have to check that the projector is properly working or not. We have to check this. So the monitor is properly working or not. So all these are comes under the scenarios, tests. So clear. So here coming to the Flipkart as well. What are the things comes under the scenarios? Can you explain it?
um, search,
First login is the one scenario.
Fine.
Login. Yeah.
add,
Fine.
Cart.
This became a seller, more card,
Yeah.
Course.
groceries,
Groceries.
mobiles. Each one comes under one scenario. So here we need to test it like the search and the search button, all these things. So now you need to know that. So what to test in the Flipkart? Not only Flipkart, any application. our duty is here we have to focus on it. One second. So like that, we will understand the scenarios. Clear about the scenarios, right? Moving on to this, the test case. The test case will explains the procedure for validating a particular functionality. So here we need to explain this, how you are tested it. So I said that you have to test, for example, like a Gmail login or Flipkart login. So what is the process? What is the procedure for logging into the Gmail? You need to write it for the Flipkart as well, whatever it may be. So what is the procedure for logging into the Gmail? So directly we are,
Ready.
so that's the reason. First we have to open this any browser. That is the first step. So you need to define in a clear manner, just like a user manual. If you purchase any product, they're giving that, right? For changing the settings and everything. So we have to focus on it. Enter this URL. Then the second step will be like enter username. The third one is like enter password.
Password.
The fourth one is like click login. So said, this is the procedure for logging into the Gmail. So our duty is first we have to prepare the procedures for every functionality. So not only that login, for fan, how you are tested. For the blackboard, how we are tested. For PC and the projector, how we are tested. We have to note down it. That will be call it as like the test cases for all the scenarios. So clear? So this is about that. The task is given by this test design. So we are designing the scenarios, test cases like that. We'll see going forward, like practically how we are doing with an example of a project. We'll show you the result examples. So next, this will be like a review. So by the TL. So the next task is like test a review. Whatever we have written it, this is correct or not, the TL will review it. Before TL, the team members will be review it. Among the team members, the review will be happen. If they said any suggestions or modifications, we have to update it, and then we have to go for the TL review or the team manager review. Manager will review it, and they are going to be give the comments. Based on that, we will update the final one and we will send to the TL. So once we send to the TL will send to the BA, the business analyst person. The BA need to approve these test cases. So those need to be. So Nikhil, you can rejoin the session. My voice is audible, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So this will be sent to the BA. BA will approve it. So first week duty will be like, so analyze the user story, understand it, and we have to write the test cases and we have to review the test cases. That is the week 1 of the sprint. The week 2, right, we have to get the approval, right? Once we get the approval, we will upload these test cases to the Jira tool. So in the tool, just like a server, everything we can store it. Okay, for data security purpose, we are using it. Initial days, we are writing these test cases in Excel file. Then we are uploading to the Jira. We are copy paste in the Jira as well. Okay. So the second week activities like that. So second week started the Monday we got approval, or Monday if you are not getting approval. See, I'm assigning to 8 user stories. Remaining will be like what? 32 user stories will be there. Just I want to go through it. So if no work, just we have to go through this. If then, once they approved, we will copy all our test cases into the Jira. And Wednesday, Thursday of the second week, if the developer giving us the requirements to the testing, now we will follow these, the test cases. So whatever we prepared it, we follow the process and verify in the application whether we are able to logging into the Flipkart or not. If it is login, then we can say everything is working fine. If we are getting any defect, we can raise the defect. So this is how we are doing it. So once we completed this, we have to go for the test execution. So we need to do the execution. And then we have to go for the finding the defects. Reporting to the developers. So once the developer will resolve it, then we have to perform the retesting and the regression testing. So like this process will be continue until all our test cases are completed and successfully executed. We have to do the first retesting, then we will go for the regression testing. So these are the roles of a a manual tester in any company. So within these 15 days, our first duty is so analyze it, design this procedure, waiting for the application. Once they're giving it, we will do the execution. So we'll have another task like test execution. And this process, I'm giving it high level, okay? These are the 4 tasks for the tester. Find the bugs, report the bugs. Then we have to wait for this. The developer once resolve it, we'll retest it, whether the reported bug is going to be resolved or not. Then based on that, so whenever they resolve it, that will be affecting to the dependent functionalities or not, we need to verify it. That will be call it as like the regression testing. So this process will be continued for every sprint, same activities as a manual tester. So after 3 years also, you are doing the same thing. After 10 years also, you are doing the same activity. Only the project will be changing. The process won't be changed. Test cases to test cases, it will be changing it. Like Gmail login is different than the Flipkart login. Flipkart login, we can provide mobile number and click on just like sign in, something like that. But coming to the Gmail, we have 4 steps like that. Username, click on next button, password, and click on sign in. So the functionalities are changing it, okay, but the process won't be changed for any project, for any company. As a tester, you are doing the same activities. So these are about the roles of a manual tester in any company. So after first year, after 10 years also, we are doing the same work. So at a high level, then going forward in a detailed manner, we'll discuss it, each and everything. So what are the templates we're using it like that, how we are maintaining it like that. For example, see, there is a bike, we're doing the testing, then the headlight is not working. This is a bug. Now we have to report this one to the developers. Once we reported, the developer will resolve it. After resolving it, they will give this one like, we will call it as like modified build. Modified. You need to know everything, very important, like release patch. So for our mobile site, the software update. So, you know, iPhone 14, 15, 16. So like that. So in 14 version, there are some defects. They are overcoming the 15th version. Again, in 15th version, they're doing some modifications, releasing the 16th version. So here, this is about that. Once this is a 0.1. So the second version of the bike application, they released it. Whenever they released it, we have to perform this testing on this. Now we are focusing on first like headlight, whether it is working or not. So now the headlight is working. So this will be called as like retesting. We're testing again and again repeatedly to verify that the reported bug is going to be resolved it or not. Next, coming to the regression testing, see. So due to the modifying this, the existing one, there may be a chance of affecting that. See, the headlight is associated with this horn, like why? Because all are interlinked with the cables, indicators.
Break.
Yes. Whenever they resolve this, the headlight related cable, they're going to be modifying it. There may be a chance of missing this horn related wire. So there may be a chance. Now we have to focus on not only headlight, we'll focusing on this, the dependent functionalities that will be depending on anything. So those functionalities only we are tested it, not everything. That will be calling it as like regression testing. So This is about that we have to perform it on the regular basis. For example, your mobile switch on button is not working. You are giving to this service center, then they are resolving this, the switch on button, then onwards the display is not working or the volume up and down buttons are not working. So it will be affecting it while they are going to be resolving any issue like that. We have to test it. If it is not affecting, then it's everything is fine, then it will be happy. Like, so we are going to be accepting that one. So this is about that, the roles of a manual tester in any company, anywhere. If you're working as a tester, these are the duties. After first year, like 1 year, after 10 years, if you're working as a manual tester, you are doing the same activities. You have to analyze first the functionality, how it is working. Then you have to prepare the process based on the understanding. You need to prepare the steps. Sir, how I can come to know? So whether this login is like that. I already said that they will give the design link of this flow. It is there in the design link. So then you can play it and you will understand the step-by-step process. You have to prepare the procedure, how we are testing this. So then you are ready for this. Once the developer is developed, they're giving the URL. You are open the URL, then we have to follow this procedure and validate it, whether it is going to be working as expected or not. So like that, we are doing the testing in the company. It's dead easy. So anyone can easily work on it. So clear about this, the roles of a manual tester. I hope you understand it. Even 10 years, 15 years as a tester, you'll work with the same procedure. It's getting more and more. So if you go with an automation tester, that will be interesting. If you want to consistently work as like a tester, you can choose both manual as well as automation testing. So it won't be changed it, the rules. Okay, that's it, guys. So it will be very easy. I'm stopping here today. Any confusion, any queries regarding this, the entire course and the manual testing part. So you can ask.
I think I'm clear.
Clear, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that will be learning here. I already said that, right? We're using a tool, everything is performing it. That option will be there in the Jira tool to report to that. So it is already assigned a task and giving the name, right? We will raise a bug and assign to the developer as well. So with the help of the tool, we can raise it and we will assign to the developer. The developer will immediately getting a mail to Outlook. So raise the bug and assign to that. Okay.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning.
Sir, I have a doubt. We have written the test cases for the user story, right?
Yeah.
While execution, if we found any defect out of the test cases, what will happen? How can we manage that?
Now, out of the test
Test
case,
case,
right?
yeah.
That is your mistake. While you are writing the test cases, you are not covered it. That is the first thing. Okay. Then you have to prepare the test case for that one. We can add that step in the Jira, right? We can add one more step. You can include it and you can show them. So that is not a matter. In the regression also, we can add it and we can test that one. So we can say this is a regression bug like that.
Okay.
There are so many ways to manage it. So there is no one is asking it. Internally, we are going to be managing it. If you found out of it means specifically the developer won't accept it because everything need to be mentioned in the user story. Whatever there in the user story, the developer will be same they are developing it. If you raise a bug out of the user story as well, they won't accept it. So if I need to implement that one, again, they're asking another user story. So because everything they are calculating it, hourly basis, they're working it, okay? So if I need to work extra hours or I need to do any changes, so other than provided in the user story, they're asking to go ahead with the next user story in the next sprint. Then that changes will be made in the next sprint.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that will be easily managed by internal team. Okay, you don't worry on that. So that's the reason carefully we are doing the reviews, right? Internal review, TL review, finally we will go with the BA review. Even BA also checking by line, and he will send back to us if any test cases we are missing it as well. They won't approve it. They will send back to us and we will modify. Again, we have to send to BA, then they will approve it.
So what are the roles of the junior QA and the senior test engineer?
No, that's what in Agile nowadays there is no senior QA like that. Everyone will works to complete a task, but the senior persons will have the additional responsibilities other than the work. The additional responsibilities in the sense, see, you know that the roles like in the company, how they're recruiting it. So the test lead, team manager, almost like team lead will be act like as that. And the senior associates, it's my company ones, okay. Associates. So that we have like add people, program analyst trends. This will be like a freshers. So like 4 years up to 4-5 years, maybe 6 to 7 years. We'll have this associate. After 7, we'll be moving to this, the senior associate, like 8 to 10, 12, 13, like that. So other after 12, 13, you will be act like as a lead. Leads or managers. These are the roles. See, business analyst, the person as the responsible for providing the user stories, and he's like a mediator between the company and the product owner, like that. We'll come to know that one. So in Azure, right? So whatever we are assigning to a person, same test case, we will assign to the another senior associate as well, who have experience like 8 years or 9 years. So we'll give another one user story for him and we are assigning it. But I am taking that 8 user stories as a fresher level. For the senior, they're giving only 4 user stories. And they are going to be working on this, the consolidation of the test cases. Like we have 10 people, right? All 10 people are writing so the test cases on their own Excel sheets. They will share these test cases to the team, like almost the lead, whoever is like a senior person. We will take it as some responsibility. So we will communicate with the team manager every time. And whatever the team manager is giving it, this person is assigning the works to the team members. Like that only. Anyone need to be perform it. The same activities only, but they're assigning less works and giving the extra activities like communicating with the BAs, attending the meetings and clarifying the queries, like that only. They won't work like as that one. Okay, there is no difference between the work side, seniors, juniors, like that. In Agile, even we are not calling it as a name like senior, junior, like that. Only we will call with the name only. So we know that in the teams, like so, like based on the experience, like he's a senior associate or like a lead, so associate, like that. But work side, everyone is equal. So whoever is assigned to a particular user story, that person need to be complete all these activities. That's it. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Any queries? So that's what people will fear about this senior, junior. Suppose if I am putting that experience like 6 years, so they're giving more work to us like that. So that is not like that. Everyone is working like 8 or 9 hours only, not more than that. Okay. So we are not getting more money, right? If you're working like more than 9, 10 hours. It depends on your interest, your understanding. So with the team rapport, if you want to help with other team, other persons, you can help it. So it's up to you only. No one is going to be forcing to work like 15 hours, 20 hours in a day like that. Even if you're a senior person, you are working only like 8 to 9 hours only, not more than that. Whatever you can do within this 9 hours or 10 hours, we can do it. The rest of the thing will be done by the next day. As a fresher, as a senior, the same thing we are doing it. Yes. Any queries?
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
one more time explain ad hoc testing.
No, ad hoc just like a random, just like a demo class. You are attending the demos and understanding it, right? That is
Yeah,
the meaning
yeah.
of ad hoc testing. Roughly, we are testing it. Simply, we are not following any rules and regulations.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, we are
Okay,
checking it like a high level.
Okay.
Okay, that is ad hoc testing. I'm not
Okay.
following anything, just I'm asking roughly.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
We're not following any procedure for testing it. Roughly, whatever you know, high level, you can test it. Same that I given the mobile, right? So mobile, you
Yeah.
know, like camera, sound, these many things, you know, you tested it, but in detail, once you came to home and you will check the user manual and you are doing it step-by-step manner and you are validating it. That is like the formal testing. So each and
Yeah.
everything by following a
Okay.
procedure, we are testing it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So when we are doing it right, so basically whenever they're giving for testing right, before
Yeah.
following the procedure, I just do the ad hoc testing. So roughly I will test it. If I found a bug, I will keep it. Along with that, I will follow the procedure. If I found 2-3 bugs, then I am raising that all at one go at the end of the day or in the middle of the day, wherever we have the time like that.
Okay.
Those will be like techniques. So we will discuss going forward in a detail.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine. So thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.